Hey, fellow garage golfers, rolling here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. So I'm really excited about this video. We're going to actually be meeting with SIK Golf today, and we're going to be meeting with Stephen Harrison, who's basically the creator of SIK Golf, and also Bryson DeChambeau's putting coach as well. So really cool interview. We're going to talk to them about some of their technology that they're using in their putters, including their patented Descending Loft Technology, which is a pretty cool concept. And if you know anything about Bryson DeChambeau, you know he's all about numbers. He's I think they call him the professor on tour. So really interested to talk to them and see what they came up with and how they created some of this technology, which obviously has been working because Bryson's won 7 times on tour, including the U.S. Open in 2020, using this technology now with this putter. So really cool. Also, they've created a 3D putter for Cobra using the same technology. So looking forward to talking to them at SIK Golf. Let's go ahead and get to the interview, ask them some questions, and see what they have to say about some of their new products and some of the technology that they're using on their golf putters. But it should be a pretty cool interview. All right, guys, so rolling here with Garage Golf, and we're here with Stephen Harrison. He's the creator of SIK Golf, and we're going to talk to him a little bit more about their putter technology, a little bit more about what they do, and see if we can get some questions answered here. So how are you doing today, Stephen?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you having me.
Oh, no, thank you. The pleasure's all mine. I definitely appreciate it. So I was telling you before we started talking a little bit, I'm a huge putter junkie, so I love all the technology. And when I saw kind of what you guys are doing, it was really incredible to me. So I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about your technology, a little bit more about your relationship, obviously, with Bryson DeChambeau, who's been a big winner on tour. He's won, 7 times now, including the U.S. Open in 2020. So using your putters and your technology, which is very cool. And also a little bit more about what you guys are doing with Cobra Golf coming up here in the future as well.
Yeah.
So your technology that you can use in your putter is called Descending Loft Technology. Tell me a little bit more about that if you don't mind.
Yeah. Descending Loft Technology. We have 4 planar surfaces on the face of the putter. It varies by 1 degree. And the reason that we did it first to talk about the problem is a player's inability to return the shaft from address back to impact with any consistency. And then really knowing a little bit more about it, which is, a fact is that 0.61 of an inch towards the target of a forward press on a 35-inch putter, you actually lose 1 degree at the face.
Right.
A lot of people just don't understand that.
Right.
So, you look at how many people forward press and then what it is that happens dynamically and how it is that they return it at impact. We use state-of-the-art technology and look at that, really work from the ball back. So identifying that now, looking at then the technology, 4 degrees at the top, steps down to 1 at the bottom. When a player forward presses, they typically de-loft the putter and hit it higher on the face. So we have more loft at the top. Vice versa, if they're adding loft to it with their hands behind, we have less loft at the bottom because what we're trying to do is get a consistent launch angle.
Right.
If you can match the launch angle, then you're much more likely to be able to control distance.
Gotcha. So your whole concept is based upon where you hit it on the club face, you're going to keep pretty much a consistent launch angle when you hit that shot based upon that descending loft technology that you guys have?
You got it.
Very cool. Very cool. So how, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you guys been in the business of creating putters? How did this all get started for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing golf all my life, really. So it was just a passion of mine. Growing up playing golf, I played in middle school, high school. I had some injuries. So playing other sports, I didn't play golf competitively. And then fast forward 2007, my father passed. I was doing other things, other jobs. But I decided to open up a golf shop because it's what I was passionate about.
Right.
And knowing what I knew about putting, we found a putter out of the UK. It had bulge and roll to the face of the putter. A lot of people don't think about that in putting, but in drivers for sure, right? Yeah. So I love the putter. Most people did not, because if you didn't hit it right in the middle, it would go one way or the other off of the face, right? So anyway, we had a putting contest, once a month, and at the studio one night we had about 65 people in there, and that putter walked out and scrambled the next day. We had really high ceilings and artificial turf, similar to what I'm seeing behind you there.
Right.
And,
right.
Every time you hit a putt, you can hear everything about it. So I'm sitting there, I'm putting with every putter off of the wall. I have a loft and line machine. I'm adjusting things. I can't get one to sound like it, the other and
Yeah.
roll correctly. And we have been using technology in our shop there for other things for full swing, but not really for putting.
Right.
And using some of those cameras that night after midnight, even recording, and I just got the bug to try and figure out how it was that we could help people control that launch angle, and then diving deeper into it, reaching out to a gentleman. His name's Jim McKay with One Putt Enterprise, and they're basically an independent studio that they do robot testing for putters. So,
Oh, very cool.
we
Keep it
made it
consistent and see how the robot hits it versus a human with all the flaws in their swing, obviously, right?
Yeah, and we do both. We use the same technology. After we had those tests done, he encouraged us to really, that was when we decided to go forward with the patent.
Yeah.
And, using that data, we were able to prove it. And then but we acquired the system after that to continue R&D. And, then it turned into coaching.
Yeah.
So that's really how Bryson and I got together. Then you fast forward several years. We have a studio at Orange County National in Orlando at the time. Now we're at Shingle Creek, but a friend of ours from Flight Scope came in and he asked if he could take a picture of a banner that was in the shop, and I said, sure, no problem. He walked outside, didn't really know what he was doing. He came back in a few minutes later and said, hey, I just texted that to Mike Shy, who was Bryson's coach, right? And so they asked if we could come down and work with them at the Shark Shootout and introduce ourselves. He was putting face on at the time. And, we agreed to put the technology on the face of that putter because we thought it would be beneficial to him after watching what he was doing. And then the USGA stuff that happened, and he decided that he wanted to go a different route. So he missed the cut at the Honda, and Mike encouraged him to come up and see us. So he drove up to Orlando and actually spent the weekend with us. And, our passion for the game of golf was apparent. And then having those conversations and the technology that we had and going through that process with him. And, it's really an amazing experience.
And we know he's all about the numbers, right? So what do they call him, the professor? So
Mad scientist,
very
right?
cool stuff. And I've been following Bryson for a long time too, and hearing about his one lane clubs, that he's using, and going through up through the college ranks and stuff. So very cool partnership there for sure. And obviously it's worked for him, right? He's won 7 times on tour, including the U.S. Open last year. So very cool technology for sure. I was actually looking at your putting line, and I love the names of your different putters that you guys have: the Pro, Joe, DW, Show, and Flow. So probably I use a 2-ball right now, so I was kind of a mallet style. I guess that would be like your Flow design, right? But you have a couple of different blade designs as well that you guys use.
Yeah. The Flow is probably is the highest MOI putter that we have, and then the Show and the DW are 2 other smaller mallets.
So if somebody were to be interested in your putters and they go onto your website and they want to purchase something but they can't go into your studio, how would you go about a fitting process with someone, either virtually or online, or however they would do that process there?
Yeah, just talking with one of our sales guys, they're all knowledgeable. Every one of these putters are hand built. We mill them right here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and they're touched by, every one of the guys that work for us are golfers and love the game of golf, and they're experienced club builders. So, we do just about anything. So starting that conversation and finding out, now if you're fortunate enough to have a club champion in your area or anywhere around Orlando, you can go over to Shingle Creek and set up an appointment with us if you're ever in the area. But like I said, outside of that, Golf Galaxy is starting to carry at PGA Superstore and some of their flagship new fitting facilities. And we're opening new spots daily, really.
Well, they just opened a club champion in San Antonio here where I'm at, so that's good. And there's club champions all over the place, so that would always be. So they do custom fitting for your putters there specifically?
They do. They have our component bag there, and basically it's all of our heads in a bag that you can fit out of that offers 4 hosels. I believe there's 6 heads, and then shaft options. Any one of our putters can be built into an arm lock putter.
Yeah.
So there are about 155 different options that you can get fit to at any of those locations.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that on your website. You do both standard putters and arm lock, which is I think what Bryson uses as well, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool concept. That would be a whole unique learning experience to use an arm lock for me, but maybe something that would be beneficial for my swing, as far as how I do with putting as well. So
Yeah, it helps a lot of people. I mean, Bryson attributes that to a part of his success
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, but a lot of people think, one of our questions when they talk about Bryson are you guys an arm lock company? And as you can see, we do both.
right,
DA Points was our first win on PGA Tour, and his was the same head that Bryson uses, but it's in a standard length putter.
right.
And then Lonto Griffin has won with it. Brendan Todd again with those back-to-back wins. It was amazing. Same head. It's got a different hosel in it, but the three of those four use the pro head.
Yeah. Are you an arm lock guy or are you a normal putter?
I've been converted to an arm lock guy. And
I've
I
tried
thought,
it before, and it takes a little bit to learn, but
yeah, well, and for us, the way that you set it up, Mark Serio, our director of operations sales, he's got a really good video that's out there on YouTube that shows you how to set it up. And I think it takes all of the confusion out of it. That's really, if you put our putter in the middle of your stance at address as you would a traditional putter, and then lean it over to hit your forearm so you get the exact same look that you would at your address position, is really how you get set up to this. And once you do that, it becomes a very familiar look. It makes it a lot easier to use.
more stable too on your backswing from what I remembered.
Yeah.
So a normal putter would be 34, 35 inches. What is the length of an arm lock putter?
Yeah, between 41 and 43 and a half, depending on the player's height.
Got it.
Setup position.
And when they go in to get fitted, they also test for your loft. I've always been curious about like loft on a putter and what I should use for mine, because I use a bunch of different style putters that I've tried throughout the years. They'll test you for loft and figure out, based upon how you stand and how you putt, they'll adjust that for you accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, we work from the ball back. That's the most important thing to us is launch angle. So we record that at high speed and then dial in the putter's loft to where it is that you should be for that.
Very cool. Very cool. So I also saw more recently in a video that looks like you guys partnered with Cobra Golf on a new 3D putter that they came out with, which was a really cool concept. And I wanted to kind of just talk to you a little bit about your experience with that and if you guys have anything else planned with Cobra in the future.
Yeah, how exciting is that for us, to be the face of the first 3D printed putter?
Well, that was incredible. And the things that they can do with 3D printing nowadays is just absolutely mind-blowing, So
it is, absolutely. And so look for some things to come in the future with us. Well, our partnership is going to be very exciting in months to come.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so very much for taking the time to meet with me today. Anything else that you'd like to let everyone know about y'all's brand, any design, or we pretty much covered the details?
Yeah, no, I mean, this year we're offering a new black finish that's really good looking. It's a matte black finish by popular request. We were performance-based company to start, and I think that, again, based on our fans' requests, we're going to do a lot in custom works this year. So, you can get a lot of personalization done, not only engraving, but names on bumpers and paint. And then lastly is, we talk about our technology on the face all the time. It's very difficult for people to be able to understand it without seeing it. So
right.
Exciting new partnership for us is with the company Proof Putting, and check them out. Their website, proofputting.com. They are going to, in an app form, be able to provide a lot of the data that we use for R&D and coaching right there on your cell phone on the putting green for you.
Very exciting. Very cool. Well, I look forward to seeing what you guys come out with in 2021 and beyond, and we'll make sure we get y'all's website out there so people can check it out on the video as well. And look forward to seeing what you guys do. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today, Stephen.
Oh, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Look forward to, hopefully I can be testing out one of your putters here down the road, so see how we do.
Absolutely. We'll get you set up.
I appreciate it, bud. Thanks again.
All right.
All right, so overall, one of my favorite interviews I've done. Stephen, thank you so much for all the info. I'm a huge putter geek, as I said. I'm really into all the technology of putters and everything involved with the creation of them. So I totally love your story and how you basically were doing something else, kind of like me, and just kind of jumped into it head first. So, I'm really been enjoying this golf stuff that we do with our channel. So I'm excited for the future of Garage Golf as well, and kind of see what we do. But you guys have been very, very successful. So all the props in the world to you. Thank you for taking the time to interview with us today. Hopefully I can check out one of your putters here down the road. I'd love the opportunity to test it out on the channel and see what our thoughts are on that whole process, and maybe even convert to an arm lock putter down the road. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks again for the opportunity. I look forward to seeing what you guys do here in the future, and seeing the continued success of Bryson on tour, of course. So thanks again. If you guys have any questions on SIK putters, anything like that, let us know. Reach out to me anytime at roland@mygaragegolf.com. And again, until the next time we see you, as always, keep on golfing. Thanks again.